thanks for joining us, everybody. We are live here from the KFVS Digital News Desk. Clayton Hester here with Bethany Bachmann. She is with the University of Missouri Extension, and she's a county engagement specialist in the area of nutrition and health education. Bethany, how are you doing today?
I'm well. How about you?
Doing fine, doing fine. Glad to be here. Glad to be getting a look at some more information about summer nutrition. I imagine that it's kind of a change in terms of things, especially with students and the like, that during summer and maybe as far as just health in general during the summer may require different nutrition. But when you start looking at this season, in terms of the questions that you get, as you were kind of mentioning before for the show, where does that usually go? What's that look like?
So typically we hit on a couple big topics that hit us quite a bit in the summer. So related illnesses and things like that. Another big one that we hear a lot about, and I'm currently living with small children, is summertime snacking, having the kids home and they're into everything you could possibly find. So it's really trying to find that balance of what they should be consuming, what you can provide for them, and the easiest way to do it.
All right, for sure. And where do you recommend people start looking into that to really, just to help to meet the needs of kids out there and that they're taking care of?
Yeah, so when we think about kids being at home during the summer, if they're not attending a summer program or anything like that, the biggest thing is just making sure it's not a free-for-all. So we want to plan ahead, make sure that we have healthy options available for them to snack on. We don't want them bugging us every 5 seconds for a snack. So kind of setting some ground rules for them as to what they can have throughout the day if they're old enough to understand those principles. And if not, making some easy ways around the house to help them find what they need. So we always encourage people when they're looking at snacking throughout the day, think about snacks that maybe include 2 of the food groups. So if you take care of 2 at a time, you'll get a variety. So this could be something as simple as like a trail mix with nuts and dried fruit. It could be yogurt parfaits. It could just simply be some fruit and cheese. Just trying to work in at least 2 of those food groups that make sure, again, that they get the variety in nutrients, textures, taste, things like that to help satisfy them. Another thing that I always like to recommend is allow them to have a little bit of freedom of choice. It always helps them feel a little more individualized throughout the day. So maybe laying out some ground rules of, here are your 5 snacks you can pick from throughout the day. This is what you get. You can't have double of this, just laying out those ground rules so they understand, and you're not spending an overabundance of money on things that they're, number one, not going to eat, or consuming too much sugar or things like that.
All right. And we mentioned that hydration, the need of hydration, certainly during the summer, certainly on days where it's just sweltering like today. Where's that stand right now? Because you hear numbers like the 8 cups a day sort of thing. Is that about the same, the average during summer as well?
It's going to depend on the individual. It depends on their activity level, how much they're expending throughout the day. Of course, if you're out in the heat more, instead of working in an office environment, you're going to need more to kind of help replenish what you're losing through your sweat and things like that. We always tell people just to pay attention to their cues, their body cues, and always reach for water first. So if you feel like you might be hungry, have a glass of water beforehand, because it could be a thirst signal instead of a hunger signal. So it's one way to stay hydrated. We always encourage individuals to eat plenty of fruits and vegetables. You're going to get a lot of hydration from those things, such as watermelon, cantaloupes, even things like bell pepper, celery. You'll get extra hydration through those. So it's really just learning to understand your body signals and really paying attention to them, and don't try to push past your limits.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. That's pretty good advice to be mindful of whenever dealing with the heat and dealing with some of those different, just basically, knowing those limits and being able to work with them. Anything else that basically people may not know? Anything else that you would recommend when it comes to that summer nutrition?
again, just always work in variety. I know everyone has busy lifestyles. You spend a lot of nights at the ball field, or right now, there's vacation Bible schools, there's other summer camps taking you away from being home. So planning ahead in all that you do is going to help keep you on track throughout the summer. So make sure you have some easy, quick meals kind of lined up for the week. Make sure you're including all those food groups again. And it could be a variety, looking at different types of protein and different forms of fruits and vegetables. We're getting into the peak of having the best fruits and vegetables available for us this time of year. So really take advantage of that. Try to support your local growers. Make sure that you're getting a variety, and just take a little extra time on the weekend, or if you have a slow weeknight, to really plan things out. That's going to make busy nights a lot easier. You will have a lot less desire to go through a fast food lane if you know that you have something at home already prepared or already sitting in a crock pot waiting for you to consume. A big piece of it is just that prep that you can do ahead of time.
Absolutely, absolutely. That prep does make a lot of difference when it comes to avoiding those temptations towards less healthy options. But always good to be reminded of. Bethany, thank you so much for your time today. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
And to our audience as well, thank you all for tuning in. We're going to turn it back over to Local News Live. And hey, if you're watching here, we've got some weather alerts that are going on that we can make you aware of here if they should happen to reappear, any warnings and things like that. You can check your KFES weather app and your news app and watch streaming live as we bring you those throughout the day. Thanks again, everybody.